So here we got a beachcomber hot tub with DY on it. I'm going to show you what to test and what to look for. With any error code, DY, DRY, or FLO, it means the same thing. There's just no water going through the heat tube. So it's the pump, any pump that's pushing the water through where the heater is. So the sensors are picking up that the water's not moving, and it's DY. Sometimes you'll see the flow problem too. That's just a circulation pump. So you might have jet 1, or you might have one pump, so low speed is not coming on. So you're going to check the same thing. So it's whatever pump is pushing the water through that heat tube. It's causing this error code. So even if we turn that on, it's actually this one here. For some reason, this is not coming on. Well, I can hear it humming. Shaft's not spinning. If you can get to the back right here, we're going to spin that, see, or try to move that shaft. Shut off. And if we can spin it, it's probably going to be a capacitor. If it's stuck, then. So we're going to spin it. There we go. So it's like jump starting it. Because we can move that, more than likely it's going to be the capacitor at the top. This is the capacitor right here. So we're going to have to take that off. There's 2 bolts normally. Take that off, and we're going to have to test the capacitor. Going to make sure you turn the power off. 2 bolts on there. So one side we took off. Depends on your pump. So we can take one screw off. The capacitors have a charge. So we're going to get that out. Okay, and we're just going to put this across to lose the charge. I'm going to pull that off. So we're going to test the capacitor. Now, if you don't have a tester to test the capacitance, you can just try to get another one. So you want, see how it says 5 UF? So it's 5 microfarads. So you want that. So it's 5 UF. And then the volts is 440. So the volts, you can go higher. This, you have to stay to 5. You can't go any lower or higher. The volts, it has to be 440 or higher. So you have to look for that. And it's pretty short. So we're gonna test this. Here's our new one. Here's the old one. So we're gonna test the old one. If you're interested in this tester, I'll link it down below in the description. So we're going to test capacitance. So we're going to test the microfarads. So we know it's 5. So we're going to test that, see what it's at. So it's hooked up. See what we got here. So it's open. So if it says open or closed, it's a dud. So it should say 5, not open. So we're going to replace that right now. So hooking it back up is exactly the same. Doesn't matter which lead goes where. So we're just going to go. I'm going to go one there. One right there. And just to test it out, instead of putting it all back together, we're going to test it out to make sure that that's what it is, 100%. Turn the power back on. So when you turn it on, we should go through its programming to bypass that. See, right now it's not on because it's going through its programming. And then if you hit heat up or down, there we go. Just turned it on by itself. So it was a capacitor. So now we're going to turn the power off, and then I'll show you how to put that back. So when you're putting that back, there's these little grooves in here. Okay. So don't pull these wires out. So you want to put that in there. You don't want to touch the wires. Or you don't want to touch both of them at the same time. Fit that right in there. One's in there. The other side's on, the other screw. It just happened to be the capacitor. If you can't move this shaft, more than likely you're going to have to replace this pump, or it's the bearing that's seized here. So you're going to have to change the pump seal and the bearing. That code is telling you that it's trying to run, but there's no water going through it, and the sensor's picking it up. And again, it could have threw a FL code or FLW code, like a flow code, but it gave you a DY code or DRY.